Hey, I'm back. I was on Facebook this morning for about, an hour and 20 minutes. I gave a couple of prophecies and some testimonies and some teaching for children. So when I came home a little while ago, maybe 10 minutes ago, I was about to go upstairs and God was like, go on YouTube and talk to the people. I'm like, all right, because I was about to go upstairs, put my jammies on, chill. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? Who was on Facebook this morning with me? Who was on Facebook? Who was on Facebook this morning? I was on there like 8 o'clock to like 9:30. So who was on Facebook? You was. It said it was like 200 people when I got off. So 200 of y'all was on there. No, I'm saying live. Who was on live? Because it was like, I think 190 to 200 live at that time of the morning. You caught the end. Hey, Heaven. All right, so I only have like a few more words left. Maybe I told y'all I had some more. Okay, I kind of told y'all this one where the Lord, well, this is how God gave it to me. He said the giants in all arenas will fall, even government, tech companies, churches, etc., from high to low. So there's going to be giants falling in all arenas, in our government, in technology, in churches, and from other places that are really high right now, but they're going to fall low. So we're going to be seeing some people fall from their high places. Also, I need to remind y'all, I gave y'all prophecy last year, and when I gave y'all all those coins and stuff, and Bitcoin could have possibly went to 17,000. Well, it went to 17, and I told you about the 5 big cryptocurrencies that were going to last. And then I told y'all again that some cryptocurrency platforms are going to fall. And I told you this last year. Well, Celsius is one. Then Voyager, people can't even get their money. And then there was two little ones before that. So it's happening. But remember the 5 names I gave y'all? Those were the ones that were supposed to stand. I think it was Kraken or Kukin, one of them. Gemini, Binance, Crypto.com, I believe Robinhood, and Coinbase. Now, Robinhood, somebody's going to buy Robinhood. I don't know if I told y'all that. Somebody's going to buy out Robinhood to keep them from falling, because I don't know if they've already reached it yet, but they're going to be at the crevices of almost collapsing Robinhood. So many of y'all who got AMC and other coins on there, y'all should be okay, because I saw in the spirit realm that someone's going to buy them, like take them over, and they still were going to be an exchange, a crypto exchange place, and a stock change, but somebody else was going to buy them. So have y'all heard anything like that happening with Robinhood yet? Because I know y'all be on it. So tell me. Has anybody heard that yet? So y'all is hearing that? Yeah, okay. So, but your money is okay. It's not going to be like those Celsius and Voyager where people can't get their money out. They're going to have to go to court and sue them to get their money out, if they don't come back into business. It's not going to be like that with Robinhood. So it's just going to be like somebody just going to buy them out and just take the platform over, and everything will be. It's still going to be named Robinhood as well, but it's just going to be new owners. And did not tell you God said, and he showed it to me, they were going to kick out that Kwan guy for Luna and revamp the whole system and new ecosystem. Didn't they do it? Kicked him out. He gonna go to jail too. They gonna get his butt. They kicked him out, got all new people, all new ecosystem, just like I saw in the vision, 6 to 8 weeks ago. I told y'all, what? I did not tell you. The Lord showed me there was going to be another, what's that man name? The cop put his knee on his neck, right? And it killed him, and it was a big thing. Did not tell y'all. I saw it, and the Lord told me there was going to be another one. And Pat just told me this morning, there's another one they writing about where this dude got shot 60 times by a whole bunch of cops. He ain't had no gun on him at the time, but it was a gun in the car with a wedding ring next to it. But he got out the car and took off, and all these cops shot him 60 times. Some of them have been relieved of their duty, but some of them haven't. So they rioting about him. So prophecy come to pass. And another football player passed away. Was a week ago. He ran out of gas, and he was walking the gas station. A garbage truck hit him, then a car hit him, and he got. First of all, let me tell you something. If you in your car and you forgot to get gas, and your car suddenly stops on the highway, don't get out the car and walk. That's dangerous. You need to be calling AAA or the police and tell them, look, my car ran out of gas. I'm on the highway. I don't want to get out and go walk and get gas because I don't want to get hit and killed. They will service you. That is lots of people don't know this. If you run out of gas on the highway, you can call the police. You can, and they will help you. Right? Or if you got like AAA, you can, and even if you don't, you can look up on your phone tow companies. Yeah, they like $200, but it's better to pay that than to get hit. He was just walking on the highway in the dark. Even though he was on the side of the road, you know how close the vehicles go to the side of the road? A garbage truck hit him, I think, and then the car hit him. And then the lady witnessed him being hit, and he died instantly. And he was on the phone with his wife, right? And they played the recording on YouTube. And she had called 911. And then the 911 lady was like, take it easy. There has been an incident with your husband. And she was literally praying on the phone saying, God, he's a man of God. Don't let him die. God let him die. So maybe he might not have been a man of God the way she thought he was a man of God, because they were young, right? And he died. And it made me want to cry because she was praying for him, and it made me want to cry. I had never heard a wife do anything like that, and it made me want to cry. And it was so sad that he was dead already, and she didn't know it. Florida has roadside service, don't? Yeah, all countries, all states do, and you could call the police. I would never walk on the highway in the dark, even in the daytime. Like one of my kids got stuck on the highway on the turnpike, and I don't know if y'all know about New Jersey Turnpike, but that thing is a trip. That thing is a trip. Nobody want to be standing out there. She, luckily she's on her. Was she on her phone? No, she had her own. She got her own tow. So she called them, and it cost her. And she had $100 on her too, and it cost her $180. So I had to send her $80, so she could get the car and herself off the turnpike to safety, and she knew not to get out the car, right? Yeah, it happens. You get so busy, you forget to get gas, but you gotta be up on that. You gotta watch your tank. You know what I'm saying? Or get you one of them little gas cans and carry half a thing of gas. Even though that's a little dangerous too, but just have a little gas back there. When you get out, just take the gas out, put it in your garage or your porch or whatever. But don't be walking on the highway at nighttime. And that's how he got killed. He got hit by a dump truck or a garbage truck, and then by a car. And he was young, in his 20s, a nice, famous football player. Then you heard about the air show, right? One of the planes exploded, and then some man that was in a truck rushing to help him, his truck got on fire, and he blew up in the truck and died. What? And another mass shooting. I told y'all it was coming. I said, be careful at parties and festivals. They had a big cookout on the 4th of July. This dude was at the cookout. All of a sudden, he just took out and started shooting people. He killed 19 people and 71 injured. What? He was at the party. So that means he was invited. So he went there with intentions to shoot up everybody and kill everybody. And you know what God told me? God told me it's demons. It's murder demons jumping from one to another. And remember last year I told y'all that God said that they were going to do more sacrifices this year than they ever did before because they need blood. Don't you know when people go and shoot people for no reason to kill them? Don't you know that's sacrifices? Don't you know that's demons in them? The people already got demons in them. They already got issues in them. So they got holes in them. So the demons jump right in them. You got murder, suicide demons in them. And they just jump right in them and kill these people. So all of these people that's been getting killed senselessly, these are sacrifices that the enemy's doing. Because I told y'all last year, how many of y'all remember one of the prophecies? I told you God said this was going to be the worst bloodshed year in a long time because they need blood. This is why we seeing all these senseless killings, abortions, murder, men are killing women like bananas. Women, I'm going to tell you, you better be praying before you start dating a man. And if he ain't a man of God and you a woman of God, you need not mess with him. How many women have married their murderers? How many women have dated their murderers? How many women have had babies by their murderers and got murdered this year and last year? But this year is worse. You got a few women killing men, but it's 97% men killing the women. You married your murderer. You married the man that was going to end your life. You dated the man that ended your life. You had a baby by the man who ended your life and your children. You Christian ladies, if he's not Christian and he's not of the Lord, you need not to be looking at him. Don't be like, oh, I can change him. Boo. No, you can't. Because if God can't, you can't. Run. And if he pretending to be a Christian and you find out, run. I don't care how much you love him. It's better to be heartbroken than to be murdered. That's all I'm going to say. You know? Okay, here's the other two. Hold on. Awesome. What is that? God gave me Isaiah 9. He said judgment is coming real fast for false prophets and false leaders. Isaiah 9 from scripture 10 on down to the end. Yeah, scriptures 10 on down to the end. And it was another one I thought I had put in. Hold on. Oh, he said pray against terror attacks. All kinds. Homegrown terror attacks. I can't be on here long because this phone got one bar. Homegrown terror attacks. And when I say homegrown, you know, like these people going and shooting up people, that's terror attacks. And foreign terror attacks. Because people are looking at our country as being weak right now. You know, because of the stuff that's going on. So you're looking at our country at like weak. And they're thinking that they can strike us and hit us hard and make us weaker. So what the Lord said that we need to pray against terror attacks, homegrown and foreign. And we need to pray for the UK because they're planning a terror attack for the UK. I saw gas terror attack. And I even saw an airport being hit with gas. And it looked like it was here, but it could have been the UK because the UK kind of looked like us a little, right? So pray against terror attacks for here, homegrown and foreign, and in the UK, homegrown and foreign, and against gas attacks because I saw it. And, you know, cover your airports in your state where you live. And, you know, just cover all the airports in America from terror attacks because even the airports are kind of weak now because look at Delta. I'm going to tell y'all something about Delta. Y'all remember I was going to have my conference in 2020, right? And I had sold tickets. I had to give all that money back, right? So one of the hotels I went to was the Hyatt, I think. and it was in Dunwoody, where the Atlanta Housewives is, where the rich people are, right? And I wanted, because I wanted to have it in a ritzy area, right? And they had gave me a good package deal, so I had to leave a deposit of $750. So I had left a deposit of $750, and I found another hotel, which was the Marriott in Atlanta, which was very nice. The room wasn't as big. The room was half the size, but I could include food, and it was much, much cheaper than the Hyatt food, so I had decided I didn't want to have food with the Hyatt because it was too expensive, right? So, but with the Marriott, she hooked me up royally, right? So I had to give her a deposit. So I gave her a deposit. This was the ticket money, right, that I would use it for the deposit, right? That was the purpose of selling the ticket. And so, so when I went back to the Hyatt to tell them I wanted to cancel, because I had some time to cancel, she told me it was too late to cancel. It only had been a week. So now here I am stuck, giving 2 deposits. So I just decided to forfeit the Hyatt. And I came home crying, praying to God. And he kept telling me, he said, you're going to get it back. You're going to get it back, right? So I had sold more tickets and I got it back, right? So I was happy, and I thought that's what it was. But to make a long story short, when I was sitting down with the woman that's in charge of banquets and conferences and stuff, right? She happened to tell me that her husband, or future husband, because Pat was right there, she could witness it, worked for Delta. And I prophesied to her. God said, tell her this. I said, well, she was like, oh yeah, my fiance, her husband worked for Delta. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good job. And she was like, yeah, they're so powerful, they can never be taken down. They're number one. God said, tell her. I looked in her face, Pat will tell you. I said, the Lord told me to tell you that Delta's going down. She was like, oh no, honey, Delta can never go down. I said, look at this face. God said you're going to remember me. You may not remember my name, but you're going to remember this face, and you're going to know it was God. Delta's going down. COVID came. And look what they're going through now. They lost hundreds of millions of dollars. Flight canceled. Their pilots don't even want to work. Riding in the airports. They ain't even got enough pilots. Right? Are they so powerful now? Is Delta so powerful now? Or is Delta number one still? Nope. So when it happened, I was talking to God the other day. I said, and he brought it to me, my attention. I said, well, Daddy, she remembers my face, and she know it was you. Because those was the exact words you told me. Sat right there in my face and told me Delta was so powerful, it could never go down. Let me tell you something. Ain't no corporation, I don't care how huge they are, how big they are, I don't care if they are worth billions, it can fall. Anything built up by man can and will fall. And guess what? When you pump yourself up, guess what? God's going to deflate you like he did Delta to show you you're not so powerful. I mean, they were doing crooked stuff to their employees. Somebody got murdered, raped. They wipe it under the rug. Now look at them. Look at them. Ain't none of them airlines big no more. And I told you years ago, and it's in my prophecy book, we only going to have 3 airlines. JetBlue is gone in Atlanta. Spirit is gone in Atlanta. They been gone. And they're going in other places. So eventually it's going to go down to 3 to 4 major airlines, just like we're going to have 3 to 4 major banks, and we're going to have a couple of credit unions when it's all said and done. And we're going to have digital currency when it's all, and gold and silver. It ain't going to be no paper money after a while. They trying to do it now, but they having a hard time right now. And Daddy said they ain't gonna never get rid of the guns. They're gonna be trying to get rid of the guns. They're gonna be trying to take people guns in America, but they're gonna never be able to do it. And you see, how many times have they tried? About 4 times in the past, 3 years? And they keep passing these gun laws. It don't matter. They're not gonna get these guns from these people. The Lord said it. In other countries they will be successful, but not here in America. He told me they're too patriotic. He told me they'll never take all the guns. I don't care what kind of gun laws they make. He said America will never give up their guns. That's exactly what he said. He said they're too patriotic. He said they will never. God told me if they come and confiscate the guns, they still gonna have some. He said this is a country that they're gonna have a hard time taking guns. He said the Lord said he didn't care what kind of law they passed. If they came to your house and took them from you, didn't matter. These people would still keep these guns. That's exactly what he told me. Because they're going to, one day, that's going to happen. They're going to be coming to people's houses confiscating their guns. That's going to happen in the future because they're going to keep setting it up where people are getting shot with guns and all of this stuff. You know, now if you ever been in prison, you can't get one. If you ever been a man to abuse your wife, you can't get one. If you ever had mental health, you can't get one. Now, the boyfriend law, they was getting away with that, but they done vanquished that now. So if you was a man, married or boyfriend, you ever beat your wife, beat your husband, you know, or the man beat his wife, his girlfriend, or the woman beat the boyfriend, you ain't getting no gun, bro. Even if you changed and you don't do that no more, you ain't getting no gun. And if you ever had any type of mental illness, even if you just had depression, if you ever saw a psychiatrist or psychologist, you're not getting a gun. Yeah, it ain't nothing wrong with you. You ain't crazy. You just had a little problem. You know what I'm saying? You can't get a gun. You can't get a gun. So, you know, they passing these laws. But the Lord showed me one day, I saw military people coming in people's houses and confiscating their guns. But that's down the road. That's not right now. But I saw the military coming to confiscate people's guns. And they were doing it. But people still had guns. Especially down in the southern areas, you'll never get all their guns. Never. Ain't nowhere to hide them and everything, right? So I did see people getting their guns confiscated, but they're God told me, he said they're never going to take the guns from everybody in this country. They're not. He said even when they, you know, pass a law to confiscate them, it's still not going to happen because too many people in this country have multiple guns. They have too many, especially the people in the South, because you don't really need a license to carry a gun anymore. And then you don't even got to go to the gun store and buy the guns. You can buy them right, you know, people know where to go to buy guns. Look at them rappers that's in jail right now, those famous rappers. They were racketeering guns. They were selling guns. And they're in jail. You know, and I remember back home in Jersey, dudes I used to know, street dudes, they used to roll down here all the time to Georgia and was it South Carolina, North Carolina, and get guns like it was candy. Like it was candy. It's always been like that. So that's probably why, you know, so many decades have gone by where people were able to get these guns. So that's probably why it's going to be so hard to get all the guns because many have them. You know, me and Pat met a guy about 2 months ago. He was loaded. He was packing and he was telling us how many guns him and his brothers had. He was like, they'll never get mine. They'll never get it. You know, and he was telling me how people know how to hide. You know, he was telling me he moonshine. And, you know, and I'm talking to him like, you shouldn't do that. That's not godly. He was like, I love God, but God understand. I'm like, how you know? God don't understand when it comes to moonshine. He said when COVID was here, he made so much money. I was like, look, he was selling his guns and licking everything. Good thing I don't remember who he is. So if the cops ever came to try and get information from me, I couldn't tell him. Because I can't remember him. I can't remember his name or nothing. But I just remember the conversation he had with me and Pat. I just remember that. Okay, so just pray for our country. I mean, really, just pray. That's all I can say. Just pray, you know, and see, you know, Delta's problem is, I mean, other airlines having cancellations too, but very little. Delta is having big ones because they was the main one firing people because they didn't want to get the juice. Remember that? All them airline stewardess they fired, all the plane pilots they fired, and now the ones that's on strike, they striking because they don't get no rest. They don't get no break. They doing flight after flight after flight. You can't do that. You can't have somebody flying flight after flight after flight with people's lives at risk. He could fall asleep at the wheel. Next thing you know, the plane's going zzz, and you can't get in the cockpit because they lock it up. Even the stewardess got a knock, right? So if they both like, yeah, you're in trouble. That plane is going down. Ain't nothing you could do. Especially if you over the water, forget about it. Sharks will get you if anything, right? So, like they was saying, I was listening to the news. They was like, they can't make us keep flying this way, because we get tired and we putting people's lives at risk. This is Delta doing this crap. I'm like, what's wrong with them? So they've been canceling hundreds of, and let me tell you something. Give y'all some secrets about the airlines. I learned this from a lawyer. When they cancel your flight, they want to put you on another flight, which they supposed to do. But guess what else they supposed to do? They supposed to also give you a 200 voucher or more. You have to look at their policy. So let's say you flying with Delta, United, or whatever, and they tell you got bumped and your flight, you can't get on it. You got to wait a couple hours. Google their terms and policy. They usually have to put you on another flight, and they can bump you up to first class or business class. They also have to give you either $200 or $500 voucher or cash or a gift card with that amount of money on it. And they also, depending on their policy, can give you another airline ticket for future times to travel. But most people don't know this. They don't check their terms. So what happens is they're like, okay, we'll bump you to another a plane and we'll give you $200 voucher. And most people take it. Or sometimes they'll offer $100 and most people take it. Or sometimes they don't move for nothing and most people just roll with it. So if you ever get bumped on the airline, and they tell you your flight has been canceled, Google the term. As a matter of fact, if you already ride with Delta or United or who's another one? Oh, I know it's Delta, United. It's another one. What is it? Southwest, one of them, right? If those who you frequently fly with, because most people fly with the same airlines, you need to look at their terms and policy. So if you go to the airport and your flight has been bumped or delayed and you got to get on another flight, you better know their terms and services so they cannot get over on you. Because they're supposed to give you vouchers, cash, gift card with equivalents of cash, and a new plane and upgrade you. So like if you was in coach and they have business or first class, they supposed to upgrade you. Yeah, you supposed to get a lot of goodies when they move your plane. So whoever you fly with frequently, you need to learn their terms. I learned this from a lawyer. I'm like, what? Oh, I'm on it. I'm on it because, vacation time is coming, right? And if they delay my flight or bump my butt, I'm going to let them know. Now, y'all not getting over on me. I know your terms of policy. I'm going to have it right in my phone. Right in my phone. So whoever y'all fly with the most, you need to learn their terms and policies, especially if you fly with Delta. I don't think a lot of people flying with Delta no more because for like 5 or 6 weeks now, they just cancel. Like I'm supposed to be going on vacation pretty soon, and I got an email. My plane was supposed to leave like in the noon time. They changed that sucker to early morning time where the crickets is up and you ain't up. I'm like, what? And they're like, oh, you don't have to do anything. And they even changed the flight and the plane for me to come back. They didn't even call me and ask me, just send me an email. And they're like, oh, well, you don't have to do anything. If you don't like this, then you call us. Please, calling them is a nightmare. Because you be on hold for an hour or two trying to call these airlines. You know what I mean? So I was like, I just have to get up early. Delta was trying to give people $10K cash the other day to get off an overloaded flight. I'd have took that $10K. You ain't have to tell me if they would have. Here. What? $10K? What? I've been like, you ain't got to ask me twice, baby. I'll fly tomorrow. I'm good. I'll take that 10 grand. Shoot, I'd have beat you up there. I'd have seen you raising your hand. I'd be like, oh, no, you don't. I'd have, pew. I'd have been the first one there, 10K. So that means, Delta got some money if they offering 10K. I'd have been right there taking that 10K. Did people take it? Do you know people took the 10K? Delta is so expensive. book with JetBlue instead. Yeah, I would have did the same. Yup. See, most people love Delta. Most people love Delta. I've been on Delta too. As a matter of fact, right here in Georgia at the airport, Heathrow Airport, they got their own what do you call it? They own spot. Like, United, what was this? JetBlue used to be there. What they got? The United, Southwest, and Emirates and some other airlines there, right? They're like all together, right? But Delta is by itself. But they not big like they once was. They're not number one anymore, boo. I'm sorry to tell you, they're not. and they're having the worst time than any other airline in history because of what that lady said. That's what their attitude was. They thought they could never be broken. It's a warning to all big companies, billionaire companies. Look at Elon Musk. Prime example. Look how much he was worth. He used to be in the billionaires club. He ain't in the billionaires club no more. He done lost billions. It was on the news. He done lost billions. Look at his stock. Pew! Okay? Look at Google. Look at Google stock. Pew! And they're about to split. Look at Amazon stock. Pew! And they split theirs. Right? Look at Robinhood. Their stock used to be $85, $90. That's what, $9 now? Look at AMC, was like $70, $80. What is it, $10, $12 now? All Microsoft, all of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they done made a lot of money, these companies. Whoever owned these companies, they're already rich. They're billionaires probably 3, 4, 5, 8, 10 times over. You know what I'm saying? So the money they losing now, it ain't really hurting them. It's hurting the people under them, like their workers, their managers, their bigwigs, their executives, and stuff like that. That's who it's hurting. And then the small people. We're talking about customer service, manager, stuff like that. It's not really hurting them because they done made all their money. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really hurting them. It's hurting the people under them. It's like a pyramid. The people that's holding them up is hurting them. So they're having these massive layoffs. A lot of the perks and benefits that we used to get from these companies, we're not getting them anymore. Like YouTube is going to be showing your followers. Obviously, it costs them money to have a private button for you to push to keep your followers. Because if it didn't cost them any money, why are they letting people see your followers? You see what I'm saying? So these like little benefits that we used to enjoy, even on Facebook, things have changed. So like these little benefits that we used to enjoy, they are being taken away from us because obviously the companies can't afford it anymore, right? So they're not dipping in their change. They're not dipping in their billions that they already made. They're not dipping in that, right? They're dipping in company billions, right? So no company at this day and age right now is really, really safe. It isn't. No company. And look at Coinbase. They was worth 60, 70 billion or something. And now they're worth 13 billion. Binance lost about 15 billion. Gemini lost billions. Crypto.com lost billions, and they spent 700 million to have their name placed up in some arena. And they done took a lot of benefits away from people. They done took away all these coins that you can't stake no more. Coinbase is about to get rid of Coinbase app and make it in a couple of months and make it one thing with on one platform now. Right, so you're not going to have, I don't know if you're going to have an app or not, but I know it's not going to be Coinbase app anymore. And anyway, that's a third-party app, but they're getting rid of that contract, right? And so they're all cutting back. They done lost millions. Look at Tesla. He was going to have a phone come out like iPhone. You don't hear him talk about that no more because he done lost billions. He's not even in the billionaires club anymore, right? So all these big companies are losing billions of dollars, millions of dollars, $100 millions. They laying off people left and right. Coinbase had to rescind offers, and they laying off people left and right. They were moving, even on crypto.com, they changed it where people, if you had $500,000 that you got from your coin, you used to could take it out in one day, right? And you still can, but you got to have their cards. Like they got these cards, the jade, the ruby, and it's like 5 different ones. And so the highest one is the one you could take $500,000 a month out, or it said 100,000 5 times a month. Then the second card you only could take 300,000 a month. And then the third card, it was one of the cards was 100,000 a month. That's all you could take out, or 10,000 a day. And then if you didn't have a card at all, you only could take out $50,000 in 1 month. So now, mind you, you got all of these coins on there, like Elon Musk coin, Titanic, you Raven. It's a few other coins that Coinbase doesn't have, right? And let's say these coins explode. Let's use Elon Musk coin. Well, I don't know if it's actually his coin, but it's called the Dogland, right? So let's say you got a billion of them, because it's like $400 something to get a billion now. But you could have got that billion when that billion was only worth, I think, it was worth $100 $150 when it first came out, right? So let's say you got like 2-3 billion of that, right? And then it has 6 zeros now. Let's say it drops 3 or 4. You know how much money that you're gonna get, right? You ain't gonna be able to take it. You'll be able to put it in your cash, but now they changed the wallets. It's not even the same wallet anymore. They changed it to USD cash, right? So let's say you got like $1 million. You transfer that to your USD cash, right? But if you don't have one of their cards, you can only take $10,000 out per month. Or you tell them you want to close out your account, but then you risk losing some of your money, because they can't really close your account out until you get all your money, right? So that's a risk. So you gonna have to take out $10,000 a month if you don't have a card. Now, if you got a card and you got the one that's 100,000, you could take out 100,000 in a month or 10,000 a day. If you got the other card, I think it's 300,000 a month and 10 or 20,000 a day. If you got the big card, you could take out 500,000 and 10,000 a day. It's gonna take you months to get all your money, but it'll be in cash. So if the coin drop again, it won't affect you because you have it in USD cash, right? But think of the time you have to wait to get your money. Then it take them 5 days to even get the money to your account. Hot mess. Hot mess. And I have some of those Dogeland coins on there, and I, you know what I did when I read that, I went and just sold out most of it. I left some in there, because I know eventually it's going to drop them zeros, but I mostly took most of mine out, and I just said, I just take a chance. I just take a chance because on Coinbase app you can buy it. So I went and sold it off of there, and then I took half of what I sold and bought some on Coinbase app. Because one thing about Coinbase, it don't matter how much money you get. You can get $1 million, $2 million on Coinbase. They'll let you cash it out, but they're going to get their big tip first. They're going to get their percentage first, but they'll let you cash it out and let you put it in USD. And you can keep it there forever long you want. Or if you want to just take that whole $1 million or something after they get theirs, and send it to your bank, they will do it in a heartbeat. They don't give you no problems. And I don't know about Binance and Gemini and Kraken, but I know Coinbase gives you no problem. And a lot of people got SHIB on crypto.com and on Binance and all these other places, right? So when SHIB hit big, like some people got like $1 billion, some people got like 10 billion, some people got like 5 billion, some people got like 300 million, 500 million. So Sheba got 4 zeros. All they need to do is drop the 4 zeros. Heck, all they need to drop is 2 or 3 more zeros, and people is just super duper rich, right? So if you got $1 billion of those coin or 10 billion of them coin, right? And you on crypto.com with them coins, it's gonna take you a year or more to get your money, boo, especially if you ain't got a card. And you better hope they stay open long enough for you to get your money. So I'm not telling you to sell your stuff off of crypto.com. Robinhood the same way. You cannot get all your money out of Robinhood. It's going to take you days, months, a year to get all your money out. And that's another reason why that Dogecoin millionaire didn't take a lot of his money out, because he couldn't. They got limits too, right? To me, the best one is Coinbase and Binance. And I heard Gemini was pretty good as far as giving you your money. That's what I heard. I know Coinbase is, and I heard Gemini, and I heard Kraken No, Gemini and Binance and Coinbase were the best ones where you could get all your money and send it over after they get theirs. But that Crypto.com and that Robinhood, you will be waiting a long time. So if you got 1 billion sheep on that Robinhood, you can put it in your cash thing. It'll be safe there, but it's going to take you a long time to get your money. Go read their terms. Go read their terms. Read their terms before you start buying coins. When I read Robinhood's terms, I don't buy no coins from them. A little stock, and if it go up, I'll be able to get it all because it ain't gonna be in the hundreds of thousands. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to them coins, you sit up there with 1 billion sheep. If you want a Robinhood, it take you a year to get it. And on Crypto.com, the Elon Musk coin, Titanic coin, it's gonna take you a year to get it. So you better try and get one of them cards so you can at least. And I believe the only way to get the cards, you gotta stake a coin. And I know they're allowing you to, because that's what I did. I staked, what was it, $400 in Crypto.com coin. That's because they had 400 was the lowest and the highest was 4,000. And I'm like, okay, I want to get one of these cards, So I went on ahead and I staked for 6 months. Or was it 3 months? Crypto.com, right? Now I really didn't get anything. I got very small amount of coins, but I did it because I wanted the card. Because if you have a card, at least you could get more of your money out. But then I started reading more stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Let me sell the coins that I know I can buy on another platform. So I just sold all of those coins months ago and just took half of it and went on other places where I know I wouldn't have no problem getting my money for go up. But like the Airline coin, Titanic coin, not nowhere else really sells that, unless you want to get it through MetaMask, and I don't trust MetaMask. I just don't. I don't. I had issues with them, so I'm not even going to bother with them anymore. Or people could put them, I think, on PancakeSwap or something like that. Right, so those are really the only coins I have on there. The coins that don't nobody else sell. But the moment somebody else starts selling them, I'm gonna cash them out and I'm gonna go over there and buy it because I know I'm not gonna have any problems getting my money. So if you're on Crypto.com or Robinhood, go read their terms. And I'm not even gonna tell you to move your money. It's up to you. You pray and ask God what you should do with your money. Because I'm telling you, when that sheep do blow up, a lot of people gonna be hurting on Crypto.com and Robinhood because you ain't gonna be able to get that money out, but it's gonna take you some time. But with Binance, Crypto.com, and I heard it was Gemini, are pretty decent about you getting your money. Pretty decent. I don't want to have coins on a platform where I can't get my money. I got $10,000 a day. If I got $1 million in there, right? $10,000 a day or $100,000 a month. Do you know how long that's gonna take me? And do you know all the fees they're gonna charge you? Instead of one big fee out of the $1 million, they're gonna be charging you fee after fee after fee. They're gonna be eating up at least 25% or 30% of your money. That's why they're doing it, because they want to make that money. And Crypto.com wasn't like that before. They didn't have all these different limits. Now they do. I'm excited to share. Well, I hope you got Coinbase, Binance, or Gemini, so you could get all your money. Because if you don't, and you got something in that platform, you're going to be hurt. You're going to be hurting. You out to every day. You're going to be every day. Your bank, and see, you get in trouble with the IRS like that too. If every day you taking out 10 grand, because 10 grand and over, they got to report it, right? And if you go in the bank with 10 grand, you got to fill out a form or they take your information, your name, birthday, and all that stuff, right? They've been doing that for years. So for 30 days straight, you sending 10 grand to your bank account, IRS gonna flag you like no tomorrow. What? Where's this coming from? Your bank gonna flag your butt. Your bank gonna flag it. They be like, wait a minute. Every day for 30 days, they'll put a hold on your account in a minute because they'll think it's money laundering. Man, it ain't easy to get money. And when you get it and you dropping it in your account, you gotta explain this. You got some explaining to do. You know why it's 10 grand coming in your account? You got some explaining to do. That's good to use hardware wallet. But my thing is this. I hear people talking about hardware wallets and all this, right? Okay, you take your wallet, you take all your coins off, and you put them in the wallet. But but wait a minute. When the coin goes up, you in trouble. You got your sheep on your wallet, all right? She dropped two more zeros. It takes a long time to transfer those coins to the wallet, and it also takes a good amount of time to take and transfer the wallets back to the platform. By the time you do that, she could have gained two more zeros. And then another thing, a hard wallet, okay, they are good. So let's say like Voyager or I forget the other one that went down. Let's say you took all your coins off and then you put it on a ledger or a wallet. Now that was smart because now you could take it to another exchange, right? Or you could leave it on there. But the thing is, you still need an exchange. If you want to take the coins off of it so you can make money, you still need an exchange. You still need an exchange. So, having a ledger or a wallet is very good, but it's risky because if the coins that you are holding go up in value, and by the time you switch them back to try to cash them out, you can miss out big time. You can miss out big time. I heard this guru say that. You can miss out big time. But they are good to have, a ledger and a wallet. But me, I'm just going to trust God. Me, that's just how I am. Anything that's at risk or anything, God forbid, that could be lost, I just leave it to God, and I just leave it to God. I do. Honestly, I do. I just pray. I just be like, God, I know you got me. And I say to him, God forbid something happens. And it get lost, I know you're going to give it back, and you're going to give it back triple, and you're going to give me back what I would have gotten if it wouldn't have happened to me. Like if something did happen with the coins and the company went bankrupt, what could I do but just sue, right? And then I would just be crying, right? And I would just be like, Lord, I know you got me. I know you're going to give me my money back, and I know you're going to give me double, and when the lawsuit is over, I'm going to get my money back. So I'm not going to fear and go and buy a ledger or a wallet and put all my stuff on there. And I ain't good with them things anyway. I be done forgot my password. I be done lost it. I mean, because I've lost my debit cards in this house. I've lost my credit cards in this house. Took me 3 months to find a credit card in this house. 3 months. Because I be putting stuff, call myself hiding it from myself so I won't use it. And then I forget. So I ain't good with them things anyway. So I just trust God. And I'm just like, God forbid something happen, I know you'll give me my money back. And I know you'll give me triple. And if I got to sue to get it back, I know I'll get that. So I just trust God. That's just how I am. I just give him everything. I don't fear. I don't get afraid. I don't panic. I just be like, God, I know you got me. And then there's times where I wanted to take my money and just get out of the coins completely. And he would tell me, if you do that, you're going to regret it. He'd tell me as clear as that. If you do that. And I'd be like, but look, Daddy. If you do that, you're going to regret it. And so I'll be like, all right, I'll keep them. I don't have a lot of coins like I did in the past because y'all know me. Once they went up, I was out. But the few I do have, I was trying to get rid of them because I'm looking at that money dwindling. And he's like, if you do that, you're going to regret it. He said it so many times. So I was like, all right, I'm going to keep it. So I don't even try to sell it anymore. I just look at it and just be disappointed. But I don't sell it anymore. I just keep hearing his voice. If you do that, you will regret it. And that's why when y'all tell me y'all about to do it, I'll tell y'all the same thing. If you do that, you will regret it. Because if God's saying it to me, then it's for everybody. It's for all his children. If he's saying it to me, if I sell mine, I'm going to regret it. Of course, if y'all sell y'all going to regret it too. One person told me, it was like, but Apostle, what if my coin value gets to $50? It's so hard, I have to sell. And I'm like, if your coins get to $50, why would you sell it? Then you done lost everything. You might as well keep it. If it goes to zero, it's still yours. Just like everybody keeps saying Bitcoin's going to zero. God told me that's not happening, but hey, you never know, right? And so even if you got Bitcoin and it goes to zero, you still own a Bitcoin. Why? Because it's going to come back. You think Bitcoin going to stay zero for a long time? Look at Terra Luna. It went to zero, of course, and it did crash, but it came back. It came back. So do you think Bitcoin is going to stay at zero forever? Right? And if Bitcoin crash, everything else is crashing with it because everything is connected to it. So that means all the meme coins, the altcoins, stock market, everything going to be zero. Everything going to be in the red. Oh, what is it? In the black, right? Is it in the red? Yeah, everything's going to be in the red. Everybody going to be hurting. They said people committed suicide, for these, what is it, 8 months, going into 8 months now? The 26th will make 8 months this month. We've been in this stuff, right? Recessions and stuff. They said people killed themselves because their life savings got wiped out with Terra Luna and with other altcoins. Dogecoin, one man put $60,000 his life savings. Gone. Dogecoin millionaire. He's telling everybody how he regret not taking something out and letting Uncle Sam get it. You know what I'm saying? Many people who had when she had those 3 runs last year, many people made a lot of money, and many people made so much money they were greedy. They didn't even take it. And look, it is gone. And I told y'all God said it was going to happen. People was going to be hurt and be wiped out. And I didn't understand what he was saying, right? So people have killed themselves over losing their life savings in cryptocurrencies and in stock markets. And my thing is, don't put nothing in that you can't afford to lose. Or, although you looking at your crypto and you crying and you like disappointed and you like, I'm fed up with this. And then it start going up a little bit. Then here come the feds with another rate hike, right? And like it's starting to dwindle now. You like, I'm so sick of this. I'm fed up with this. Won't these feds go somewhere and sit down? And just let it go. Just let it rip. Inflation is already here. Recession is already here. So the rate hikes is not going to help it. It's already here. They did it too late. If they would have did it in the early stages, like in 2020, it might have helped. But recession is here. Now, and I told y'all, God said recession is here. A couple of weeks ago. Now, everywhere you look on the news, oh, recession is here. You hear the gurus, oh, we're in recession now. And then I kept telling y'all, God said we already in crypto winter. For months, people were saying, oh, we're going in crypto winter. Now they're saying, we're in crypto winter. Everybody is saying what God told me and what I told y'all. Everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's too late. It's too late. These rate hikes are not going to help. They're just not. Even if they give out stimulus checks again, to pump money into the economy, it's not going to help. It's too late. It's too late. They should have did it in 2020. They knew that this recession was coming. They knew that this hyperinflation was coming. So they should have been changing the rates in 2020 to combat 2021 and 2022. But they didn't do that. They waited to 2022, which is too late. We're already in it. We've been in it since the day after Thanksgiving. And now the feds are saying we're in recession, we're in hyperinflation. They're already saying it. So even if they put out stimulus checks, it's not going to help. I mean, yeah, it's going to help people, and yeah, they're going to spend, but you're still in recession. Most recessions last anywhere from 7 months to 12 months. Sometimes, if it's a severe recession, it could last a couple of years, right? Hyperinflation usually lasts 7 to 12 months, maybe 13 months max. But if it's a super inflation, hyperinflation, it could last longer. So now what we need to do as children of God is pray and ask God to divinely intervene to cancel out the recession and the hyperinflation that was man-made. Because then I tell you, I had a vision. The Lord told me the famine that was coming, I told you last year, man-made. The recession, hyperinflation, man-made. The gas, when I see it going up high, and I told y'all I saw it in California, $5.69, man-made. He said diesel shortage. Told you about that. Man-made. Everything is man-made. Everything that we are suffering is not by the hand of God. It's the hand of the devils that work for the devil that is causing it. And they not hurting, but the people are hurting. But they not hurting because they rich. even they buddies and best friends and cousins is hurting. These big companies that is in cahoots with them, they hurting, right? And the big companies is looking at them like, yo, wait a minute. I thought we was down in this together. Why am I having to lay off people? Why am I losing billions? Why is my company going from 100 billion down to 10 billion? What up? I thought we was all in this together. Yo, what happened? You like betraying me? That's what they saying to each other, because everybody feeling it. I mean, everybody feeling it. They feeling it. And they're like, yo, wait a minute. We all agreed on this. Why I'm getting hit like this? You done betrayed my butt. See, dealing with the devil, you can't trust the devil. He'll betray you in a heartbeat. He'll pull that carpet right from under you. Right. Let me tell you something about the devil. He'll make an agreement with you. You sign it. He shake your hand, smile in your face. As soon as your back is turned, he ripping it up. Or he planning on you and scoping on you the moment you turn your back. You can't trust the devil. You can't. He's the most slyest, craftiest serpent on the planet. You cannot trust him. He will get you. You can't. You can't. You can't. You just can't. And it's your fault if you trust him. It's your fault if you believe him. It's your fault. Hi, James. My laugh sounds evil. No, I'm not evil. Ain't an evil bone in my body, sweetie. And trust me, my laugh does not sound evil. You better go ahead with yourself. That's what I'm gonna say to you. I just saw that this was on. Did you cover? No, I'm not talking about Lunic or anything like that. I haven't gotten any more information about Lunic. No, I haven't gotten anything. Daddy hasn't shown me any dreams lately or said anything about any of the coins. I just asked him, when was this going to be over with, and he just was like, all is well. Hey, so that's all he said to me, so that's what I accepted. Yeah, I prayed about that too, and he just kept saying all is well. And when he says all is well, that means he's got things under his control and that he knows and that he's working on it. Some things he's not going to tell me or tell other prophets because he doesn't want us to repeat them, because like the FBI watch us. Powers that should not be watch us. If you are a prolific prophet and just about everything you say comes to pass and it comes fast, they are watching you. FBI, powers that should not be. They even got spies on YouTube watching your butt and reporting back. Right? So God's not going to tell me and these other prophets who are prolific prophets everything, because we might slip up and tell it, and he's protecting us, but he don't want any trouble to come to us or any more trouble than we already have coming to us. So, and then he doesn't want the devil to know, Yadathoth, to know what he's doing as well, so sometimes like I hold stuff a lot that he tell me, but sometimes it could slightly slip out and I'll catch myself and I'm like, oop, I can't say that, right? But most of the time I hold stuff, I'm getting good at it. He's teaching me how to get good at it. So everything that God tells a prophet isn't for every ear to hear. Sometimes God just want to tell you, like he tells me many things, and he'll tell me, I don't want you to discuss this with anyone, not even your closest people. I just want you to pray about it. Just pray. And so that's what I do. So for instance, I was telling Pat in the car today, and she could witness this if she's on here. July 3rd, I had a vision of a cookout. And I saw my family members in the cookout, right? And then I saw somebody come and shoot up people in the cookout, but none of my family members was hurt. So I thought it was the devil messing with me, because sometimes the enemy will show you something, and if you don't cancel it, he'll bring it to pass because of who you are and who your nature is and what your anointing is. And so if he knows you're a prophet, when you see stuff, it comes to pass, he will bring stuff to you, right? And you'll think it's from God and you don't cancel it, right? And then it can happen. So when I saw my family members in there, I was like, oh, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. That's not going to happen. So I canceled it, right? So I didn't tell anybody. Then the next thing, in Illinois, they had a shooting at a cookout, and people got shot and died. And I said, Pat, that was a vision from God. And I didn't even realize it because I saw family members. I didn't understand why I saw family members. Then I figured it out. A lot of people at the cookout were family members. 19 people got killed and 71 got injured. A lot of people there were family members. So he was trying to show me that the cookout was where people was going to get shot at. It was going to be a lot of families there, but I didn't get it. And see, and it's my fault because I didn't even ask God if it was from him. When I saw my family members, I blinked out. I was like, nah, I saw black. I started canceling it big time. Big time. And I told Pat, and she was like, what? That was the vision. And when it happened, I was like, Daddy, that you showed me this. But I thought it was the devil. And then I had to repent because I didn't bother to ask him if it was from him. But from now on, I'm going to do that. Because he's showing me that he can put your family in things to give you, to make you understand that it's going to be families that are going to be hurt as well. And shot at and shot up. So I was like, wow. So is Pat on here? She probably not. She could tell you I confessed that to her today. And I wasn't really going to say anything to you guys, but the Holy Spirit's leading me to say. I'm trying to see if she's on here. She's probably not because, she goes home, take a shower, she chills. But if Pat, you on here? If you on here, tell the people. Well, if she ain't on here, then I guess next time I come on, or when we in the car together, I'll make a video and she could tell you. I confessed it to her. I said, Pat, I gotta tell you something. She's like, what, baby? And I told her, she's like, oh, she said that was a vision. I said, I know. I thought it was from the devil because I saw my family members and I thought he was trying to do something to them. But it was God showing me it was going to be families that was going to be hurt. Yeah, and it came to pass the next day. The next day, y'all, it's like godly scary how he shows me stuff or give me stuff and it comes like pow. So I prayed against it for my family, and then I prayed that I didn't know who these other people were, so I was like, whoever they are, because I thought they could have been friends of my family or whatever, right? And I was like, whoever they are, I pray for them. And then I prayed that nobody dies, and if people die, don't let it be many. And it was many people there, but still 19 people died. That's a lot, and 71 were injured, but it was a lot of people there, so it could have been way more than that. It was a big festival, cookout. So y'all just be careful. Just pray before you go to any cookouts, any kind of church functions, festivals, parties, you shouldn't be in bars and stuff anyway. And don't be anywhere where there's liquor, and just pray and ask God, should you go? If he say no, don't go. If he say yeah, then go. But, pray over yourself and your family, and cancel any evil. Anybody coming with guns. And my thing is this: how did he get guns in to kill 19 people and 71 injured? He had to have a lot of guns or a machine gun. One of them fast guns, like that man who was just jumping out his car, just shooting. And pray against these demons that are jumping in these people, causing them to do it. It's murder demons. It's demons of sacrifice. Demons, blood-sucking demons. Ask God to intervene and bind these things up and send them to Yah to destroy them. So you can stop doing these crazy things. Bind up the suicide demon, because a lot of people are just killing themselves. Because they hungry. They don't got no money. They can't feed their families. They're losing their money in crypto. They're losing. There's a man that's following me now. A couple of weeks ago, he hit me up on Facebook. He told me. He said him and, about 3 to 5 of his friends was crypto millionaires, right? And they moved out of the country. And now they have to come back because they ran out of money. Because instead of them taking all of their money out of the crypto, I guess they just took some and they were living off of it being in the crypto. And they just watched all the money just be depleted. And now they have to come back to America. It was either America or the UK. And he wanted me to pray that it be smooth for them. Because I guess maybe the family would mock them. Or maybe they needed to have a place to stay with the family, and that might be issues. So he just asked me to please pray. Crypto millionaires, it was 3 to 5 of them were millionaires. I think they moved to, I don't know if it was Mexico or somewhere, and the money was gone. Because instead of them taking it all out, they left it in. And like my one of my kids has a friend that had bought a whole crypto coin, and he made a lot of money off of the crypto coin when it went. I think he has 2 of them. When it went to 69 grand, instead of him taking it out, he's living off of it, because in most of these places you get a card, debit card. So he's living off of it, and he was paying his rent with it and stuff like that. Now he had to go get a job because he couldn't pay his rent, because what is it? It's 19,000 now, right? And he doesn't want to sell his coin or 2, because he knows it's going to go back up, right? But he can't spend it neither, or use it to pay his rent. So he had to get a job. So he's doing, you guys, a little cooking business on the side, right? So I'm going to tell you something. There are crypto millionaires that are following me. Well, they once were crypto millionaires, and they are following me, and he sure enough said it was 3 to 5 of them, and they were coming back here because they ran out of money, because they didn't take all their crypto. They, was living off of it, being on the platforms instead of taking it. Take your money, put it in the bank. So what? The IRS knows you got $2 million. So what? They gonna get you anyway. The IRS is gonna get a piece of the pie regardless. They either gonna get it from you up front, or they're gonna find out later, and they're gonna get you that way. And then you're gonna have to pay interest. So you might as well go ahead and get in a 15%. If you have a coin, I checked. If you have a coin for a year or more, it's 15%. If you have a coin less than a year, it could be anywhere from 15 to 50%, depending on how much you made in the state you live in. And then you gotta pay state taxes too. So all of y'all, when your sheep go up and your other coins go up, you better take that 15% out for Uncle Sam, and you better take out another 5 or 10% for your state, because they want a piece of the beef too. So let's say you make $1 million off of a coin. That was that. 10% would be 100,000, I believe, right? So 15% is 150, and then let's say your state, that's another 100,000. So that's 250 right there. So you only got 750. Then whatever platform you on, they gonna take their little 3%. So let's say you be left with 720 grand for yourself, which is pretty good. You might only pay, let's say for sheep, $1,000 for 100 million, right? If it goes to a penny, right, you'll get $1 million out of that. So you paid $1,000 for 400,000 sheep, and you wind it up with $750,000 after you don't pay the IRS and your state and the fee that the platform, Coinbase, whoever it is, but Gemini takes from you. So you walking away with about anywhere from 7 to 700, maybe 50,000, 720,000. That is a big deal. You only paid $1,000. That's 750 times X, right? And that's enough to go and buy you a house straight out and pay your taxes for a year. So that's a blessing. So to be on the safe side, you take away your 15%. If it's 500,000, take away your 15%. You may not even have to pay 15% on 500. Maybe only 10 or 5. You might not have to pay anything, because there's also laws where you may not have to pay anything. But still, put away 15% for the IRS, 10% for your state. And of course, the platforms, they're going to take their fee regardless. Before you even get yours, they're going to take it, right? And walk away with what you got. Put that 15% for IRS, 10% for your state and the bank. Get a separate bank account and put it in there and leave it there, and don't touch it, right? So when tax time comes and you go to your tax agent, you got the money, whether you have to pay it out or not, or pay a little bit of it, you have the money. I'm telling you to do this. I'm giving y'all good advice. I'm not a tax agent, but I have a tax agent because of the ministry, and I learned a lot of stuff from her. And I was talking to her about cryptos and stuff, and she told me, take 15%, put it in a separate bank account for the IRS, and 10% for the state, and a separate account. When it comes time to do your taxes, whether you got to pay it or not, you prepared. You got it. You got it. So don't be foolish See that $1 million, 900 and some change after the platforms get theirs. Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. You better take 15% out for IRS, 10% state. And even if you got to pay more, at least you got that, so you won't have no penalties. Because I'm telling you, Uncle Sam won't catch your butt. He don't catch you. And see, a lot of people is blessed this year. You want to know why? Because when the coins do start going up this year, you ain't going to have to pay a lot of taxes. Why? You've had 7 months of loss. 7, even if you're trading, swing trading, let's say you're taking your Dogecoin and you're turning it into SHIB, or you're taking some of your SHIB, you turn it into Doge. You're trading at a loss. You're not trading at a gain. So it's not taxable. It's only taxable when you trade at a gain. Let's say you had a stock you bought for $1 and it went to $10, right? And you kept half for yourself and you took the other half and invested it in another stock or a coin. You traded for gain. Tax offset. So everybody who's been trading for the past 7 months, whether it's stocks or crypto, if you were at a loss, now some people swing trade, they up trade, they do this, they do it, and they make thousands of dollars. They will have to pay taxes. I'm talking about you people who decide, okay, well, Doge is doing terrible. It's only 6 cents. Let me go give me some SHIB, because SHIB done went down from 5 to 6,000 for 100,000 down to 1,000 for 100,000. So let me go get some SHIB, because I feel the potential for SHIB is way better than Doge, right? You just traded at a loss, so therefore you pay no taxes. See, and if you're going to be in these coins, you need to learn about these coins. You need to learn about the taxes. If you're on Coinbase got so much information. It's ridiculous. If you're on Robinhood, they got free information, or you could Google it. If you're going to have these coins, you need to learn about taxes, because come next year, they don't put the taxes on hold now because they just can't figure out how to do it, because most people, when you go to a tax place, like me, I had a thing like this thick for me trading my coins. Like when one coin did bad, I would trade it to another, right? And the tax people looking at me like, really? Right? And this is why only 4% of people filed their crypto taxes last year. 4%. Because if you are a swing trader, you're going to have a PDF just for trading alone. And then you're going to have a PDF for the sales. Then you're going to have a PDF for the buys. Then you're going to have a PDF for transfers. Let's say you sent this person money in their wallet. It's just too much. So now they done put it on hold because they're trying to figure out how to make it more convenient for the IRS, because IRS said they don't have enough agents to handle it. So they're just trying to make it convenient. And so they're trying to figure out a way now to make it convenient. So when next year come and we have to file crypto taxes, even if you make millions of dollars from between now and December, right? You still ain't gonna have to pay as much taxes, because you had 7 going into 8 months, because the 26 made 8 months. You may not even have to pay as much taxes as you normally would have to, because you've been in the red. I hope I'm saying that right. You've been in the red for 7 going on 8 months. And nothing but loss after loss. Now, if you're a high trader, a swing trader, all of that, you've been making thousands, you're doing margin calls, you're doing this, you're doing splits, you're doing all of that, you done made a lot of money, you're going to pay taxes. But I'm talking about us regular folks who don't do all that stuff. I don't even know about that stuff, right? Who don't do that stuff. We just regular traders. We just regular retail traders, and we just swing trade. We just swing a coin, take from this coin, go to another coin, or we take from this stock and go to another stock. You know, that's swing trading for a retail person. That's what we are. So if we start making money now and between December, we will have to pay taxes, but we won't have to pay as much as we would if we've been making money the past 7 months. Like in 2021, millionaires was made. I mean, big time, right? And all of them who left their money, who didn't take their money out, they hurting now. They're hurting, wishing they took it out. They hurting. Okay, I actually know people, like I just told you, they hurting, right? And they learned their lesson. I bet y'all did too. When them coins start going up, y'all gonna take it and run. Yeah, you might leave a little bit there, but y'all gonna take it and run. Shoot, let's say a coin was like, there's a coin out there, Clove, right? I told y'all about Clove because I had a dream about that. And then I was telling him about it on coaching last week about clothes. I was talking to my brother in the UK, and he asked me something about the coin. So I prayed, right? Gave him his answer. And then God kept telling me, clove, tell him to get some clove. I'm like, clove. And I didn't even realize I had a little bit of it, right? And I'm like, clove. And then Daddy was like, go look. So I went and looked, and I was like, oh, Clove was, I think it's called Clover Finance or Clove Finance, right? And I said, Brother Tony, I said, God told me to tell you to get some, right? So when I went to go look at the price, I believe it was 9 cents or 10 cents. I was like, this coin is 9 cents. 10 cents, something like that. And he was like, wow. And I said, God said to tell you to get some. He didn't tell me to tell the other people who was in the class. He said only Tony, but I ain't stupid. You know the other people in the class, they probably went and got them some too. Right? And because I even was like, oh my goodness, it's nonsense. I said I'm gonna throw $100 in there because that's all you need. $100, 9 cents. The coin, imagine the coins you get, right? And if it goes to $40, what? Shoot, you pay your mortgage off for a year, right? So he was like, so I was like, didn't I tell you about this clove before? He was like, no, Apostle, you never told me about this. I said, yes, I did. He said, no, you didn't. He said, I'd have been bought it. I was like, well, God said, this is specifically for you. Right. But I knew in my mind, I'm like, everybody listening to me right now, they probably on the phone buying it. And before Tony got off the phone, he was buying it, right? So I was so comical to me. I'm laughing to myself. They didn't even know I'm talking to God. I'm like, God, I bet you everybody on this call right now is buying it as we speak. Right? And then God didn't say nothing. So I told Tony. So he was like, go buy some. So I mean, I'm just telling y'all, it's up to y'all what y'all do. I'm not telling y'all to buy, hold, or sell. I'm not a guru, right? Ain't nobody coming for me. But I'm just telling you, the Holy Spirit just told me to speak that. And so obviously the Holy Spirit want to bless some people, right? And God kept telling me to tell him to buy it. It was such an urgency. And this was just last week in the coaching, right? And it was such an urgency. In that coaching, God just be showing out. All of y'all in coaching, y'all know that. And I'm about to open it up for 5 people very soon, right? So the way God was speaking to him about it, it was like an urgency. Right? So I was thinking maybe it might go up the next day, but like it's been a week and it ain't go up. I think it went up a couple of pennies and then it went back down, right? But so if you guys don't have Clover Finance, you know, you might want to go check it out. You might want to go pray and ask God about it. You know what I'm saying? Because last time I checked it, I think it was like 9 cents or 9.5 cents. And then I saw like, should I say it, Daddy? Okay. I saw a moose. I saw a moose, and like a moose. I think you spell it M-U-S-E or M-O-O-S-E, something like that. I saw a moose, right? And so I was on the coin app, and I was checking to see, you know, if the coins were going up or if they were still the same, right? And of course, they only had went up a little bit, right? And on the app, it shows you, it says all coins, all altcoins, all stable coins, or new coins. So I clicked on the new coins because I wanted to just see what they had, right? And the moment I clicked on it, I saw moose, M-U-S-E. I said, wait a minute. I saw a moose. So I clicked on it. I was like, what? This coin, it said experimental. So I clicked to see what they meant. And it was like the ape coin, because that was experimental. And I ain't messed with it because of that, and because I didn't like the way it looked. So I read it, and it said that it's a volatile coin, and that it could be canceled at any time. Like if you I think you buy it, it could be something, or the coin itself could be canceled. I'm not sure, but it just was saying it was a risk coin. And ApeCoin was like that. And look where ApeCoin went. It went to almost $27, right? So it ain't risk no more, right? They even took that off of it. So when I saw it and I saw how cheap it was like, it used to be 32 cents, and then I think it was it a penny or two? No, I think it was 3 to 5 cents, right? And then it was 32 cents, right? And I said, I saw a moose. I said, Daddy, this was what you were showing me. So I got me a little bit of it. You don't need that much. I think it was like 3, 4, 5 cents. You don't even need that much. All you need is like $100, $200-300 just to make a couple of grand, or maybe 5-10 grand off of a coin, right? And all you paying is $100, $200, $300 for it, right? So this was like, I saw it. When did I see that coin? I think it was like 2 to 3 days later when I was checking to see their new coins they got, and it was right there, Moose, MUSE. I was like, okay, I'm done. I can't. I'm done. I'm done. I was wondering why I saw a moose, right? So I'm not telling you to sell, hold, or buy. I mean, take it to the Lord. I'm just telling you what I saw, So I just got me a little bit. You don't need a lot of money. All you need is like 100, 200, 300 tops. And I mean, if you got big money, well, you could take 1,000, 2,000 and buy you like what, 100, 200,000 of it. You're gonna make about 80, 90 grand, right? But if you like me, and you put 100, 200 bucks in it, you'll make anywhere from 5 to 10 grand off of it. And you only put 100 to 200 in it. That's bill money. I don't know about y'all, but that's bill money for me. That bill money. That could get me caught up on some stuff, pay some credit cards off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's like 1,000x, but it's experimental. So you taking a risk with it. But it was 32 cents before the fall, and then it said 32 cents a year ago, and no, it said all-time high 32 cents. Then I checked the year, it said 32 cents. Then I checked last month, and it was like 10 cents. So even if you get the 10 cents, you're going to make some money, because it was like 3 to 4 or 5 cents when I got it. 3 to 4 or 5 cents when I got it. And then another coin that God was telling me about, I hope I'm saying it right. It was once pegged to Terra Luna. It's UST, I think. Terra Luna Classic something. It's Terra Luna Classic price, because Coinbase have it on that Coinbase app. It's called Terra Luna. What is it? Terra Luna Price Classic or Terra Luna Classic Price. It was pegged to it, and I believe it's still pegged to the Classic, right? And God was discussing that with me. So when I looked at it, it was like less than a penny, right? And now it's 5 or 6 cents. Okay. Okay. Right? And so as Terra Luna goes up, that's going to go up. And I saw it where it was, I don't know if it's going to go back to $1.04, because that's what it was. But I saw it moving with the Terra Luna. So as the Terra Luna, the Classic, moves up, it's going to move with it. Right? So that might be something you want to pray to God about to invest in, because it's like 5 or 6 cents now. And I saw that as the Terra Luna was moving, the Classic, the one they call Lunic now, that I think it's UST, with Terra Luna price was moving right along with it. And now that it was less than a penny when I saw it in the vision. Now it's 5.5 or 6 cents, or I know it's 5 cents. I know it's 5 cents. So I saw it going up, but I don't know if it's going to go back to the $1.04, right? So if you buy just like a couple of hundred of that right now, and let's say it hit 50 cents, 75 cents, or $1, you're going to be pretty. So just take it to God. I'm not advising you. Just take it to God, pray, and ask him, because I saw it. And when I see these coins, they always go up. They always go up. Look, like when I told you about Terra Luna, look what happened. That coin shot up, right? It may not be at $1 or $25 yet, but it's going to come. It's going to come. But it shot up after that. People made money after I gave that prophecy. And it's still sitting good. It's still sitting good. And then the new one, I told you I wasn't really going to make that much movement for now. And it's not. It's moving a penny or so, and it dumped back down. So it's happening what God said. It's in the beginning stages. The prophecy is actually happening. right? And I told y'all Sheba had 5 runs. We had 3 already, right? And if I would have listened to my own self when I gave that prophecy in June 2020, I would be a millionaires right now. But I ain't listened to myself, and I was being cheap. Oh my God, give me a chance again. Right? But a lot of y'all was millionaires that listened to me, right? But a lot of y'all wrote me and told me y'all didn't listen. You left your money and you lost it. And remember, when I saw sheep going up like that in June 2020, I saw the Dogecoin right here. And she was just moving, and the Dogecoin wasn't doing anything. Sheba was just moving, and the Dogecoin was right here. Prophecy come to pass. Sheba done moved 3 times. Look at the Dogecoin. What has it done in a year and some? I gave that prophecy June 20, right? June in 2020. 2 years ago. What has Doge done? Nothing. Just like in a vision. Sheba was just going higher, and that Doge was standing right there. But it will hit $1 one day, because I saw that in a vision. And other people after the fact have seen it too. So we know it is at least going to reach $1. But when, I don't know. But I don't see nothing else past that, right? But I saw Sheba going high, and Doge just sat there. Didn't move. And whatever we've had for 2 years, Doge has done nothing. People have lost so much money. I don't even look at Doge no more. But it's going to surprise you one day. And hopefully when it do, I'll have a little bit of it. But right now, I'm not even trying to get it. You know? And if it goes up and I didn't have it, oh well. What can I do? I'm just not feeling it right now. I'm just not, you know? I'm just not feeling it right now. In the future, maybe, but right now, I'm not even feeling it. I don't even want anything to do with it. I really, really don't. And if I God forbid I miss out on it, and then I just miss out on it. You know, I'm good. Because I saw it. It didn't move. And it hasn't moved in 2 years. But the sheep did. And sheep is going to move again. You know, and astronomical ways, you know. But we just have to be patient and wait on that. You know what I'm saying? And be smart. If you one of the type of people that got billions of coins, hundreds of thousands of coins, you better take your money and run. Leave a little bit in there, you know, and it depends on the platform you have. The platform you have might not even let you take it all out. Put it in USD. I'm not advising you. I'm just saying, if you put it in USD, it's not going to be touched. If she goes back down, let's say you made $1 million and she went back down, your $1 million is still there in the USD. Was it USDT, something like that? Your money is still there, you know, and you can leave it there, and it ain't going to devalue unless the American dollar devalues, you know. That's the only way, you know. So if you can't take it all out, then just put it in the USDT and just take it out how you could take it out until you could get it all out, and then just leave a little bit, and your sheep coin or whatever coin you have, you just leave a little, so if it goes back up again, you still have something, you know. So I'm not advising you. I'm just telling you how I see things and what God has given me. So don't, you know, take it as me advising you financially, because I'm not, because you're not going to sue me. I'm just pleading the fifth. I'm just telling you how I see things biblically and in the spiritual realm and prophetically from what God gives me and the teaching instructions that he gives me. I am sharing with you all. Okay, so it's called smart money. It's called smart money. Being smart. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Now, and the way the market is, I heard this guru say this. He said the way the market is now, he said you're supposed to be greedy. The way the market is, you're supposed to be greedy, like buying. You know, if you got money to buy the dip. I'm like, how many dips, man? We done had what? 15 dips? How many more dips? I mean, when is the bottom coming, right? It may already be here, right? We may already hit the bottom, but no one knows that. But, I mean, to me, it's looking like we could have hit the bottom, but it may not necessarily be the bottom, because Bitcoin is $19,000. That's the lowest Bitcoin has been in years. And look at Ethereum. I think it's, what, $1,100? That is the lowest Ethereum has been in years. Then you got some of these coins that was like $30,000 coins, $9,000 coins, $6,000 coins, $180,000 coins. And they like pennies. They're like $1,000, $500, two grand. What? If that's not the bottom, I don't know what is. Right? And then you got coins that were $4, $2, or a penny now, or 10 cents. I mean, how much lower can you go? But nobody knows the bottom. But I know Bitcoin has hit 19 grand. That's the lowest it's ever been. And Ethereum's 1100. So, I mean, how much lower can you go? I mean, you can, because I had a flash vision of Ethereum being 650. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen now. It can happen next year because, a big crash is supposed to come next year. So that could be next year. People seeing Bitcoin to a zero. That could be next year. It doesn't necessarily mean this year. It could be next year. You know what I'm saying? The bottom for this year might have already happened. We don't know that, but it might have already happened. So we'll see. We will see as the time goes by. We'll see. You got gurus predicting October and November of being high candle months, green months. But me, from what my visions I've had and from what the Lord has shown me, I really feel, and this is not financial advice or nothing, I'm telling you from being a prophet of the Most High, from what I have seen in my visions, and I've shared most of them with you. Some of them I haven't, but I would say out of 90%, 80% I've shared to you, and 20% of things that I've seen about coins in the market I haven't shared because the Lord told me not to, right? But from what I've seen, I feel in my spirit that it will happen before October. I really do. I feel between this month and before October's out, I really feel that things are just going to go to the moon. Don't ask me why. I'm just going by the visions I've seen and the things that God has shown me and talked to me about. So I really believe it's going to happen between now and before October's out. I don't think we're going to have to wait till October, November, and December for stuff to go to the moon. I think it's going to be going to the moon. I think it's going to shock us when it starts happening. And I think it's just going to happen out the blue. I really, really think it's going to happen out of the blue. I really do. I really think it's going to happen out of the blue. I mean, July could surprise people, August, September, but it's going to happen way before October and November is out. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. I'm not telling you God is saying this. That's what I feel. And many of you know when I feel stuff in my spirit, how many of you know it always comes to pass? Let me see. How many of you, every time I tell you I feel it in my spirit, don't it come? Don't it come? And then I wind up, I'm like, okay, that was God then. That was God. And I really feel in my spirit between now and before the month of October is over. And even before October 1 come, I really, really feel in my spirit strongly. I have such an inkling that we're going to see changes before the October, November, December, what all the gurus are saying. And the Lord told me that Bitcoin was not going to go to zero. Now, he didn't say it would never go to zero. He just gave me, from what he said to me, it was like it's not going to go to zero in this year. It could go next year if that big crash come, but he told me it's not going to go to zero. It's not going to go to zero. And I believe him. I really believe him. Because if it went to zero, I mean, that's like he was telling me. He told me, he said, if that coin went real low, these exchanges would block us from buying it. They would block us. Your buy limit orders would be erased. And I told y'all that before. And I've been hearing people say they're putting their buy limit orders in for Bitcoin and they go back and they're erased. And I laugh. I heard TC said about him, his orders erased. And that's what God said they were going to do. So don't get all happy thinking you're going to buy you some Bitcoin, because a lot of us might not have a chance to buy it because they're going to block it where you can't buy it. So you better hope if it did drop real low, like $5,000, $10,000, $3,000, and $2,500, and you have the money, you better hope you catch it, because a lot of stuff happened when we sleep. Look at when she went up, people woke up being millionaires, hundredaires, thousandaires, woke up to it. Lots of stuff happened with the cryptocurrencies and stocks at night. Sometimes those coins go up high at night, and you wake up in the morning and they still the same. You done missed it. Because who gonna stay up all night to watch a coin? I know I ain't. And then we get up and we pray. We don't even bother to look at the coin. Because you pray. By the time you finish praying, the coin can went down. I'm not saying, look, if you want to look at your coins before you pray, what you need to do is this. Get up in the morning, sit on your bed, even if you got pee real bad, or go on your way to the toilet and be praying to God. Be like, God, thank you for waking me up, making my family up. I repent for any sins I did in my sleep last night. I thank you for protecting me. I thank you for this day. I thank you for feeding me. Do a little prayer, right? Then check it. So if it went up, you can catch it, right? Then after that, you go, sit down at your altar, whatever you got, sit down, read your Bible, and start praying again. But make sure you pray 5 minutes before, so at least a couple of minutes before you go and look at them coins. You look, and then don't look at no emails, nothing else. You look, you got money there, cash it out. You don't got nothing there, put the phone down, go get your Bible, spend some time with God and read. And if you want to stay up at night to watch them coins, you be my guest. Watch it for me, because I sure enough ain't. I'm going to be sleep. If you wake up in the middle of the night, you got to go to the bathroom. Right, you be like, Lord, I love you. I appreciate you waking me up right now, so I can go to the bathroom and my family and stuff, Lord. And I'm gonna go back to sleep. And I thank you. And then when you go back in your room, you just check your phone. And check the coins, because you don't pray to God, right? Check the coins, and you go back to bed, right? And then you get up again, you pray again, and you check the coins. As long as you're praying, I don't think God has an issue with you checking your coin. As long as you're praying to him first, giving him first fruits, giving him thanks first. Then you check it for a minute. Then you go and you pray and do what you got to do. Because I've done that a few times. I've gotten up, prayed to God for 5-10 minutes, went to the bathroom, did what I had to do, went back, checked the coin. I'll be like, Daddy, thank you for letting me check the coin. Put the phone down, and then I go to my altar. I start talking to him. I read my word. I'll start praying. Good to go. Long as you give him first fruits before you even look at them coins. Do not wake up and look at them coins and don't thank him and give him first fruits. Do not do that. Give him your 5 minutes. Then you go look, and that's all you look at. Put the phone down, you go into your deep penetration prayer with God, your deep meditation, your intimacy time, and you read the word. I'm not talking for God, but I think it's okay because I've done it. And he's never said to me, Rosalind, don't pray to me for 5 minutes and look at your coins and then come back and pray. Don't do that. He hasn't said that to me. And if he does, then I will tell you guys, look, God said don't do that. But he hasn't said that to me. So obviously he's okay with it. Because I give him first fruits for 5 minutes. And then I look. And then I go zoom right to the altar. And I start talking to him and spend like 2 hours with him right then and there. With no interruptions. You know what I mean? So, it works for me. And my phone is red, so I got to go. So it works for me. So you guys could try that too. I can't with you, Apostle. Look, I'm just being honest and transparent. I'm just trying to help y'all out because, look, I know a lot of y'all wake up. I know y'all. A lot of y'all wake up and y'all want to look at them coins so bad, but you haven't prayed and you feel guilty, so you won't look at them and then you can miss out. So I'm giving you a way out. Give God 5 minutes, then look at them, and that's all you look at. Your platforms, whatever you got, that's all you look at. And if you want to sell, you made some money, go ahead. Don't be trading, don't be doing nothing. If you made some money, go ahead, put it in USD, leave it there. Then you go and pray, spend time with God. When you come out of that, then you go back, transfer the money to your bank account. If ain't nothing there yet, then you just put the phone down and you go in your prayer time and spend it with God. That's what you do, because I know because there was times I woke up and I just had an inkling to want to look at the coins, and I'm like, I can't do that. I have to give God first fruits. I was like, I can't look at my phone, the text, nothing. I have to give God first fruits. So what I started doing was when it was time for me to get up, before I would get up, I would just lay there and I would be canceling this, canceling that, or talking to God about a vision or dream. And then I'd be praying to him. I would be repenting for anything I did in my sleep, breaking covenants. So it would take me about 5 to 8 minutes. And then after that, I would get up and go to do what I got to do. And I would take the phone with me. And while I'm in there, I'm like, shh. And then when I finish, I leave and put the phone on the charger, and then I go to my altar and I sit down with God for like 2-3 hours, an hour 30 minutes, however long I'm there, and I'm good. I'm good, because I didn't want to take it with me to the altar, because in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, did any of my coins go up today? Oh man, did I miss anything? You don't want to take that with you to the altar, because it's like a distraction taken away from God. And God's looking at you like, okay, why are you concentrating on your money or your investment? You're supposed to be giving your full attention to me. So that's probably why he didn't say anything to me, because he knows I'm praying 5 to 8 minutes before I even look at it. And then I put it away and charge the phone, and then I go to the altar. Because he knows I don't want to bring it to the altar. I don't. Even if I'm hungry and it's time to pray, I will eat first, because I don't want to go to the altar hungry, because it's a distraction. So I always ask God to help me not be distracted when I come to the altar. So he's helping me. So now I'm helping y'all. First for everything. Yes, he is. One day I took 8 hours away from the phone. Yeah, I take breaks from my phone a lot. And at night I put it on mute. If emergency comes, God will wake me up for that emergency to answer. But I put my phone on mute, and I put it 6 feet away from me at night, because it's not supposed to be real close to you. There's been times I've shut it off for the day, but my kids have a fit. I said, the day I decide to shut it off, everybody want to call me. They have a fit. So I don't shut it off. What I do is I'll shut it off for 2 minutes, because you got to shut your phone off sometime. I shut it off for 2 minutes, and then I shut it back on, All right, so I guess this is the reason why God wanted me to come on here, because we done talked about a vast amount of things, because he told me just talk to my people before you go upstairs, and I didn't understand why. So we just talked about a lot of vast amount of things that'll help you, help your families, So I got to go now, because the phone is red, and it's going to just in a minute. All right, so I will see you guys very, very soon. I'm going to put my radio show links up tomorrow, Thursday. We're going to have Travis and Shelly Younger on there, the real estate people. You're going to love them. They're so adorable. They're such an adorable couple. I just love them. And they've been married over 30 years. You do not see that anymore. And they're still in love with each other. Nothing breaks them, because it's a marriage made in heaven. So any marriage made in heaven cannot be broken. And trust me, the devil be trying. You're going to love them. You're going to love them. All right. So I will see you soon. So if I don't see you before Friday, we'll talk Friday. And look for me to open up those 4 or 5 coaching things. At least by Saturday, it should be open. All right? As I know people are waiting, because they hit me up on Facebook. So the moment, I tell you what, the moment I'm about to put it up, I'm going to put it on Facebook and on YouTube, and then I'm going to put it up. But it's people who following me already on there. They might get it before you. So you got to be fast. You got to be fast. All right? You be blessed too. I know. All right. So all of y'all be blessed. Okay. Love y'all. Shalom.